Hello class, this is Mr. Voorhees and I'm going to show you how to tune your ukulele. So if you have your ukulele in a pack like this, you should have gotten a tuner inside of there. And your ukulele should be in here. Now this ukulele is a soprano size ukulele, and the tuning is generally the same whether you have a soprano size ukulele or a concert size or a tenor size ukulele. The tuning should be the same, and the tuning, if you got this chord chart, you can see the tuning is G, C, E, A on the top there, and we'll look at that in just a minute. Before we do, I want to show you how to turn on the tuner. For this particular tuner, you can see there's a little button right there, and I just push that button once and the tuner turns on. When I hold that down for about 2 or 3 seconds, then it'll turn off. Some tuners have the button on the back. Most of them it's right there on the front of what we have here at school. Some of them you have to hold the button down for 2 or 3 seconds for it to turn on. So if you're pushing the button and it's not turning on, hold it down for a little bit and see if that's what needs to happen before you need a new battery. I have batteries here if you need a battery. Okay, I'm going to turn my tuner on. Now before I put this on the ukulele, I want to show you some functions here. So if you look, you can see this letter here as I push the button. I'm not holding the button down, I'm just clicking it. You can see that that letter changes there. And so this gives you some different functionality for tuning your whatever instrument you're doing. So V is violin, U is ukulele, C is chromatic, G is guitar, and B is bass. Now, I am going to tell you to use chromatic, even though we're tuning a ukulele. And that's because the tuner is dumb in that it doesn't know what string you're trying to get to what note. It just hears the string is close to whatever note it's assigned that it's looking for on the tuner. It doesn't know which of these strings you're working on. So you might do all of these strings wrong if you are using, if you're not really sure what they're supposed to sound like and you're using the U. So use the C, it's going to tell you where the string is, and then you decide where you want the string to be. So again, we got G, C, E, A as the notes here of these strings. So I'm going to clip my tuner on my headstock of the ukulele here, and this top string here, the one that's closest to my face when I'm playing, is a G, should be a G. And so when I'm looking at my tuner, you can see it's blue. Now I'm going to follow the string that I'm playing, follow that string all the way up to the nut on which it's coiled, and then I'm going to use my tuning pin here to turn to tighten or loosen this string. Excuse me. Now, it's very important that you make sure that you are turning the tuning pin, the machine here, for the string that you're currently working on. Otherwise, you could end up turning the pin for a different one, a different string, and you're like, this isn't changing at all, it's not changing at all, and then all of a sudden, you've over-tightened this other string, and it breaks. And I don't want to fix any strings, so just pay attention, and then we won't have to we don't have to fix any strings. Okay, so let's get to tuning here. So you can see I'm on C, and I'm going like this on my string here, the G string, and you'll notice, see the G is blue, and I have this little triangle and this little line here. Oop, look, it went to green. So what I'm trying to do is get that line there to go right onto the triangle. And so I might have to pull it down, I might have to push it up to get to that G. And if it's close, if it keeps like blinking green and it's kind of going back and forth, but it's close, that's okay, you're good. So now I'm going to go to my next string here, which is a C. And so I see my arrow, my line there is above the C. I want to bring it back down to below the C. And see how it's switching up? So there's a C sharp. I don't want C sharp, I want C. C sharp is above C. I want to go back down, way back down to C, and I'm going to bring it back up to C until it turns green, until that line goes right there on the triangle. There we go, looks good. Now I'm going to go to my next one, which is this one, and if you're not sure which one it is, just follow the string to the pin. There we go. E looks a little low, so I'm going to bring it up. Notice how I keep kind of playing the note over and over again, so I continue to get my reading here. Now this last one, A, I'm going to keep going, and notice how I'm doing very little adjustments on this tuning pin. I'm doing very little small adjustments up or down until I get to the right spot. So if you start doing big cranky ones, you're going to get all over the place. Small adjustments. All right, and that is, and then I hold the button down for 2 seconds approximately, and it goes black. Excuse me, my tuner is done. I'm going to put it away so I don't lose it. These things are easy to lose. And my ukulele is tuned. I can now play. Always tune before you start playing so that you know you can hear what your chords are supposed to sound like. We'll talk about chords at another time. There you have it. Get tuned.